Hi, and welcome to the tutorial on the initial setup of Aircraft Maintenance Tracking Program, or AMPro. The screen you're seeing right now is the opening screen of AMPro. Right here, this will pop up the first time you open AMPro after installation, and you'll see contact information if you need help, as well as the URL for the AMPro YouTube channel. If anything in this video is unclear or you're having trouble setting up your aircraft, don't hesitate to call and we'll be happy to help you. After installing AMPro, the program database is empty and no aircraft information exists. So an AMPro uses the aircraft information that you enter, similar to an equipment list, to provide you the ability to gather and track aircraft information, including AD compliance, annual inspection data, and maintenance tracking. So the aircraft, because AMPro depends on this equipment list, the first step that must be completed before the program can be used is setting up the initial list. So we're going to do that by entering a new N number for an aircraft that we want to work on. And I'm going to be using an aircraft 82488. Click here on Edit or Add to add it to the program. Okay, so the screen that just popped up has information that was downloaded from the FAA registry. Blank fields such as the owner's email, owner's telephone are empty because the FAA registry doesn't know that. But you see that we've got the N number, the manufacturer, the model, as well as serial number and year of manufacture. These fields that have an asterisk, the N number, manufacturer's name, model, and then total time on airframe at last tack replacement are all required fields that must be filled in for the program to work. And the total time on the airframe at last tachometer change is actually really important and must be filled in. So the program assists the user by calculating the total time from the tack time, and thus the user is only required to enter the tack or Hobbs time when running the program. This field tells the program the number of hours on the airframe when the tack or Hobbs meter was last changed. So for this particular aircraft, the tachometer has never been replaced, so the value here will be kept at 0, indicating that the time on the airframe at the time when the current tachometer was installed was 0. So what I'm going to do is click Save, and we now have 82488 saved into the program's database. And we want to select this aircraft so that we can add additional information about the engine, propeller, and maintenance schedule. So here we've got a few different options for the engine, propeller, appliances, and scheduled maintenance items. Let's start by entering information about the engine. And for this one, we've got a Continental Motors. Double click on that. And we've got an O470 engine. Double click there. And dash R. Okay, so now we can see what's initially known about this engine. Again, N number, manufacturer name, the model. You can add in the serial number if you want, and then optionally we can put in the time before overhaul. Here we've got the position of the engine. You can do front. If you've got multiple engines, you can have the position be front, rear, or left and right, and then the number of cylinders. And the next thing that you need to do is enter in this enter hours on the following items when the tachometer was last changed. The engine was original, but was overhauled when the tachometer read 3,189.15 hours. So the overhaul was younger than the tach, and because of that, the number will be negative. And so in the time since major overhaul, I'm going to write negative 3189.15. And of course the top was overhauled when the major overhaul was done, so we're also going to write negative 3189.15 for the time since top overhaul. So this 0 right here in the total time on the engine box shows that the engine and the tachometer have the same number of hours. The engine was new and the tachometer was new. The dates of the manufacture of the engine, the major overhaul and top overhaul can be added in here too. And then we're going to click save there. Brings us back to this one. So the next step is to add a propeller. And this airplane has a Macaulay 2A 37 or 34 actually 34C. And the propeller was original to the aircraft, but it was overhauled when the engine was overhauled. So again, in the time since overhaul, I need to put negative 3189.15, which is the same that we had to do for the engine. And confirm that we've got it for the front engine. And we're going to click save now. Alright, so at this point we have a minimal aircraft equipment list defined. And we have an airframe, an engine, and a propeller. In addition, we could add a scheduled maintenance item, which we'll talk about in another video. And these allow us to track things like oil changes, air filter changes, vacuum filter changes, and those types of things that may need to get done. And later on, you can edit any of these items and once you've finished adding information about the aircraft and its accessories, you click quit to go to the next step. Okay, so here's the mechanic info screen, and it's going to pop up because AMPro knows that it realizes that we have no information about the maintenance personnel. And I'm going to enter my mentor's name in here, and you'll also have to want to put in their FAA license number, so put in some number there. Okay, click save, and you can see that Ralph has been added to the list of mechanics. Now you're going to leave this screen by pressing quit, and AMPro takes us to this last step that needs to be entered when the program is opened up. So AMPro needs to know the current tach time, and it needs to know that you want to enter information about the highlighted aircraft, which right now is 82488, and that you're going to say that the work was done by the highlighted mechanic. So the current tach time on the airplane is 3,244.15. And if the work had been done Yesterday we could change the date, December 31st, 2015. Okay, select. Now, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see that there's a little status bar that says what aircraft, the model, serial number, the owner, and all these things that you want to know about the aircraft, and it lets you know at a glance which aircraft the database is pointing to. So at this, we've entered all of the things that must be entered to support AMPro's facilities to track ADs, to provide inspections, to generate maintenance schedules, create logbook entries, AD inspection reports, and the aircraft synopsis. In future videos, we'll talk about these things, but just real quick, let's look and see what capabilities we have now that the aircraft's information has been entered. So you can enter annual inspections, new annual inspections, or edit old ones that you've already put in. You can retrieve ADs by going here. We can track scheduled and corrective maintenance in the maintenance tab. And also we can generate logbook reports, AD reports, and also a full synopsis of the airplane. Okay, then here in the library tab we've got a bunch of options. So the program provides information that is required by the FAA for inspection, authorized mechanics to have. For example, we can open the FARs, you can upload archives of old logbook entries, and you'll be able to bring those up. You can open the type certificate data sheets for the aircraft, open the instructions for 337s, go to the advisory circular directory, and you've got the 4313s here. Lots of options. You've got the reports, maintenance, inspection, ADs, equipment, all right here. And then in the file, you can export or import databases, as well as exporting or importing the single end number information. So thanks for watching, and in the next video we'll talk about analyzing the airworthiness directives.